from Tom's Hardware. I'm at Google I/O at the end of the second day in the ATAP booth, and I'm talking with Ivan here about some of the amazing technology that was announced today.
Hello, my name is Ivan Poupyrev, and I am technical project lead at Google ATAP, where we are inventing new technologies for wearables, and particularly for the interacting with wearables. And here I have two projects. One of them is a tiny sensor, which is, you cannot see it right there, it's inside of the box. It's a tiny sensor for gesture interaction, which is small enough to be fit into the wearable, but it's very powerful in tracking position of your fingers and hand in three-dimensional space and gesturing at precisions and speed which was not possible before, and it's based on the radar. So pretty much we build and we shrunk radar in a tiny piece of silicon that you can put in any wearable device and use it to interact with it or for any other purposes. So this is the world first, I believe. I've never seen and never heard about using radars for the interaction, particularly for the wearable devices, in such a tiny small form factor.
What was the genesis of how did this come about, the actual project or the idea for it?
Well, it's very simple, because we were looking for the new ways to interact with wearables, and we felt that adding more physical controls, like buttons and other things, is just not feasible, because devices become smaller and smaller, and touchscreens don't work. So we think about gesture, but when you have a small device making big gestures like you do with the Kinect or some other devices, it's not feasible. People are not going to wave hands in front of the watch. It has to be very tiny gestures like this, and there was just no sensor which can sense free hand, very precise, very fast gestures like little twitches by your hand. So we started looking at different capabilities, and we saw radar, and we said, like, well, radar has a very interesting properties. The only problem is really big. So if you can shrink it down and make it small, put it on a chip, then probably we're going to have a completely new sensing device, completely new sensing approach to this kind of gesture interaction with your devices.
Now, you said that today, that from the very first prototype to where you are today, 10 months. And that's an amazing amount of progress in such a short amount of time.
Yes.
And obviously, without saying what the real secrets are, how do you guys achieve that? Just hard work and talent?
Hard work and talent is there. I think focus is very important. And we have a very compressed schedule from the very beginning. We know we have to finish with a very short window. So combined together, it's really pushed us to perform our best. But also, we were really lucky to have one of the best teams right now, which allows us to do this. Hardware team, signal processing team, radar team, design team. We have top people in the world right now working with this project. And when you work with talented people, things happen fast.
Now, you announced a developer board. That will be available, what, later this year for developers?
I don't want to put an exact date for now, but we are working hard to get something ready either by the end of this year or maybe early next year. Initially for the small few developers, just for test waters, see how it works, but then probably expand to broader developer community.
So moving on to Jacquard, which is, again, was a big surprise when I heard about it, that Google was getting into fabrics and the fashion side of things. Can you talk a little bit about how that came about?
Well, I don't think that Google is it's no surprise that people move into the fashion side of things. Wearables has been an active area for development in the industry for
but clothing was my surprise. That's what I think.
That's true, but also there has been renewed the tension between things being functional and fashionable. One of the theme in the wearable community was of how to make wearables fashionable, how to make wearables attractive and beautiful. And our approach was that we already have something we wear, which is clothes. And clothes are functional and beautiful and fashionable, and people can choose the clothes they like, and selection of clothes is amazing. So if we, instead of trying to create a wearable that is fashionable, what do we do the other way around and go to the fashionable objects, which are clothing, and make them smart and more intelligent. We've designed an interactive textile which can be woven on standard textile looms all over the world, so which means that we can weave them now, and we can go to scale now. We had to go and design new yarn structures, we had to go to design new textile structures, we have to design new techniques for production of the textiles, which makes them smart, intelligent, and interactive. And then connectivity solution, connections to electronics, electronics connection to the software services, and from software services to application development and developing infrastructure for people can write their own applications, their own software for their smart garments in the future. So we're building this whole pipeline right now. We're halfway through. We are partnering with Levi's to give us expertise in what's in the garment meaning, how the garment works, what the people who wear the garment works, and so on and so forth. So that's where we're now. And then if stars align, if it turns out that our idea is actually great, and if we solve our technical challenges and all the problems, then yes, in 20 years all the kids are going to wear interactive clothes.
I think everybody today who saw what you presented was very excited. I think you made a big splash. I think it's going to have a lot of impact, and I'm very happy to see what you guys are working on. Very impressed, and thanks so much for talking to us.
Thank you very much for being interested, and we're looking forward to work together and give those technology to you guys, and have all the amazing things coming out from that.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Again, this is Alex from Tom's Hardware. I'm at Google I/O 2015.